Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases where I'm going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I am going to let you know whether or not I'm interested in picking it up, which I'm trying to pick up as little as possible. I'm on a little bit of a low buy and I will have a video about that coming next week, and then you let me know down in the comments whether or not you're interested in picking these up. And remember, it is okay for friends to disagree about makeup and beauty. It's all fun and games when it comes to these things. If I hate something you love and if you hate something I love, that is totally fine. Friends are always kind of respectful to each other. And if you haven't been here before, please do consider subscribing. I do upload quite a lot of videos. I try to upload around 5 videos a week. That's what I'm doing this week. So if you want to see more makeup, this is the place to be. I did film this look and now I'm feeling a little bit glowy here. Let me just add a little bit of powder using my favorite powder, the NYX one. Forever a favorite. I will link in a pinned comment what I'm wearing on my face today, but I am actually wearing one of the Gloss Gods palette. I'm gonna have a video about that. Hopefully, I'm gonna have that video next week and we can talk about all the fun palettes because I actually have 4 palettes to show you. So in the pinned comment you will see all the things that I have on my face, but just know that this tutorial is coming next week and all the things that I'm going to be talking about in today's episode, it's going to be in the description box. So don't forget to check the description box for links and prices and codes and everything like that if there's something that you are interested in or you want to see some more info or just want to see, like, you know, some more images of it. Check the description box for all the info. And there you'll also find links to my merch shop, my vlog channel, my other socials, and all my affiliate links and codes if you want to save some money or if you want to use my links. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does help out. Okay, let me scoochy. I'm trying to have a little bit of a colored background today because I wanted to spruce it up. I do have these lights that are colored, but I actually don't use them that often, but maybe I should. So I'm gonna scoochy to the side so that we can talk about the new makeup. Can I have the light back? Spotlight, please. Oh, my Sephora order was delivered. I forgot. It's gonna have to be sitting outside for a bit. Coming soon. Can I move the candle back so we can see it? It's one of those candles that like have that like crackly noise. So if you hear something, that's what's going on. I want to quickly touch on this one because this is just a sneak peek that I have seen that is coming from GlamLite, and it seems like GlamLite is coming out with a Halloween collection. So this is the sneak peek that I'm seeing right now. I took this from the owner's the owner's own Instagram. I have no idea what's going on, but something is coming from GlamLite and it's going to be a Halloween theme. So that's super exciting. I don't think that they have had any kind of Halloween release from before. So I'm super excited to see what they're going to be doing. If you were interested in the GlamLite and Barbie collection, I did have a video on that this week. So that video is already live. If you wanted to see some swatches, if you wanted to see some looks, that was live this week. And I really did enjoy playing with that collection. Another Halloween release that's also been revealed and it is available is that Clionadh is doing some bundles for Halloween. Do note that these bundles are of pre-existing shades, so maybe double check before you buy so you don't get any doubles. In this picture that I'm showing here, you can see which ones are the shades. This picture is from Trendstopia, but just so you know that these are existing shades so you don't get something that like you already have. I do have a code with Clionadh right now and the code is Angelica. I don't know exactly how much you're getting off your order, but it's like a little money off if you're buying even the stained glass things and even on these bundles in case you are interested. That code also works on GlamLite when you're shopping from GlamLite, and you get 15% off at GlamLite. I will link both of these things down below. I'm very excited to see what GlamLite is revealing. I cannot wait to see what that's gonna be. Can we talk about this one? I laughed when I saw this because this is just another example of celebrities living in a different universe than we are. This is aesthetically pleasing accessories from which is the Kim Kardashian skincare brand. This is artfully crafted from hand-poured concrete. Fill your space with tranquility and minimalist elegance. Bitch. This is $69, $65, $89 for a tissue box. Waste basket $129, canister $65. The bundle is $355. We are not in the same tax bracket. What is going on? The thing is that hand-poured concrete yet is very classy and minimalistic and like modern but still a little grounded. It's like a mix of a lot of different aesthetics. It usually fits in with a lot of different decor like things. But don't buy them from Kim Kardashian. Do you think she hand poured these? No, she had some peasant hand pour these, okay? Do you think the Kardashians are hand pouring this? No, get hand poured like stuff like these from Etsy. Get it from someone who's actually putting some love and thought into it, and it's probably gonna be around the same cost. But like, I giggled. I giggled when I saw that because I'm like, clearly we're living two different lives. There's also been some news about Balmain starting a beauty brand, and from what I've heard, it is that Estee Lauder is investing in this brand as such as they did, I think, with the Tom Ford beauty brand. So this is gonna be Balmain, the fashion brand, is gonna be doing beauty. Balmain is extremely expensive. Try going into a department store that sells Balmain, go to one of their jackets and just look at the price tag. Just look at it. You will clearly see that this is probably not going to be a beauty brand in the... I don't think this is going to be like Lancome. I'm thinking this is going to be like Tom Ford prices. This is probably going to be, you know, $120 for a quad kind of a brand, because this is a $5,000 for an encrusted blazer kind of a fashion brand. So I don't see myself being super excited about this. I don't love Balmain as a brand. It is a very bougie, like bling, over the top kind of a brand, and it's not exactly what I like. And I also think that the prices are honestly outrageous. Outrageous. So I don't think I am gonna be loving this. It's coming fall 2024, so this is far into the future. But if you love Balmain, if you love the aesthetics of Balmain, such as the aesthetics of Tom Ford, it's a way to get it at a slightly more affordable price. I mean, I'm guessing it's not gonna be $5,000. It's probably not gonna be affordable, but it might be a little bit more accessible. The clothing pieces. This one came and sold out, and this is the Makeup Revolution and Coraline collection. I did talk about this as like a sneak peek last week, and they released it in the middle of the night without letting people know which time, and it sold out. And I think that if, and this is just me, this is me speculating, if Makeup Revolution wants to be in the category of brands that does collabs with really popular intellectual properties and does things that actually look kind of cute. This collection is kind of cute. It's only 5 pieces, and honestly, it's kind of cute. It's a smaller collection. It's a big palette. It's a small palette. It's something for the lips. It's 2 accessories. I think it's cute. I think there's like hairpins as well. Either way, they have to maybe be a little bit more organized with the releases. People will want to know a time. Because people are going to be upset if they log in and you already released it at 2 a.m. and it's sold out. People don't like that. Because even if people have to stand in line and at the end it tells them that it's sold out, at least they had a chance to get it. So I think some people are really upset about that. Makeup Revolution did say that they were restocking this one though. I will leave a link to it down below in case you want to go and check it out. And maybe if you want to get something from the collection, because not all of it is sold out, but just know that if you missed out, if you love Coraline, if you wanted to get something from this collection, because honestly, I don't think that this looks horrible. It's pretty on theme. The accessories are cute. I like that there's a bigger and a smaller palette. I don't hate this collab at all. Don't know about the quality. Some of you are letting me know that the eyeshadow palette quality from Makeup Revolution has been better the last year. I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you if that is true or not, but just know they did say that they were going to restock it, and I will leave a link down below. There is a new collection from Vieve. I really like Vieve. I think Vieve makes really high quality things. I will say that the color story of Vieve is usually not exactly what I love. Vieve is an influencer created brand by Jamie Genevieve, and she is more into the neutrals and grungy neutrals kind of a thing, which is not necessarily what I go for. It can be when it comes to lip products, and I love the lipsticks and the lip liners. They're so good, like extremely nice. I really like the quality of the bronzers and the blushes as well. I haven't tried any of the eye products because honestly, they have been pretty not my color story. And this palette for me, is ugly. Like, I don't like this palette, but I know a lot of people will look at this and be like, oh, finally, a fully cool tone palette. I just think it looks very ashy and gray, and then I understand that, like, when you make a gray palette, it's supposed to look ashy, but I don't like grays on me. If I liked grays on me, I'd probably look at this and be like, oh, that's wonderful. But since I don't like grays on me, I look at this and I'm like, no, I don't want that. Because I don't like gray eyeshadows on me. Because I don't have a cool undertone. So I find them to be very hard to work with. And also I find it to be very challenging to make them look in a way where I feel like they look good on me, or I feel happy with the result. Because it's not about, you know, feeling pretty, and it's not about, like, I don't wear makeup to be pretty. I already feel pretty without makeup, but I don't enjoy working with grays. I just think it's a boring color, and it's like, it's neither fun or flattering, and maybe that's why I don't like it. The lipsticks are pretty though. I think 2 of the colors might be new, because the whole palette is called Ninetease, and the Ninetease lip color has been existing from before, and I have it, and it is a beautiful neutral, slightly mid-tone neutral on me. It is a pretty color, and these lipsticks come in new packaging. So I think these are like limited edition packaging. This isn't for me. Like I said, this isn't for me at all, but maybe you're interested. I will link it down below. Vieve is, I think they're shipping out of Scotland because Jamie is Scottish, but they also are sold at Cult Beauty, so I will link that as well down below. There are some new lip oils coming from Artist Couture. I think that he has had a lip oil from before, and that it was very, very, very hyped, and it sold out, and it came back and it sold out, and now he's coming out with some, is it flavors or scents? Flavors. It says flavors, so I'm guessing it's maybe both the smell and the taste, and it is pineapple, mango, strawberry, cherry, and berry. I think that these look beautiful, but I have the scented lip oils from Lunar Beauty, and I really love them. I use them a lot, so I don't think that I need something like this. I would love if Lunar Beauty came up with even more though, and even more like scents and like flavors and all of that. That would be absolutely amazing, because I think the formula is so good. But I do think that this is a really nice release, and this is one of those things, if I saw this in store, because Artist Couture is sold at Sephora, if I saw these in store and smelled them and they were amazing, this is one of those, you know, impulse purchases that I could definitely do, because a really nice smelling beauty product, it always gets me. We talked about the Energy palette by Tarte last week, but there's also a blush that has been released, and this is the Energy Amazonian Clay blusher, and this is in one of those cool tone bright pinks that have been so popular this last year. I don't know exactly, I think something happened over at TikTok, you know, I'm not keeping up with the TikTokiness, but something happened over at TikTok, and people are super, super excited about the cool tone pink blushes, and I know that people love this blush formula from Tarte, so I think that this could be a hit, because it looks beautiful, the embossing is beautiful, it is that pink that people really love, the packaging is stunning, so maybe this could be a hit for them. I'm not 100% sure. I actually got a blush like this, but from another brand, out of a recommendation of another YouTuber, because I'm doing a video. I've been waiting for the last product to get in, and that is actually in the Sephora package that got delivered today, which is that I am doing a full face of products recommended by other YouTubers, and I am going to be wearing one of those bright pink blushes in that video, so do stay tuned to see that one, but it is not the Tarte one, it's from another brand. I did talk about this last week, but I don't think I showed you the inside because it hadn't been revealed as I was filming the video, and this is the Cyberpunk palette by Game Beauty. I have now, I don't have it here with me, no, I put it away, but I did do a video with this, and if you wanted to see me use this palette, there is a video that went up this week where I'm using 3 different brand new indie palettes, doing swatches of all of them and doing a look with each, just letting you know what I think about them, just some quick first impressions and just some looks, and there I did include the Cyberpunk palette. This palette is available now. It is a really unique and fun color story, and I really, really love the look that I did with it, and you can use the code Angelica to get 10% off. And yeah, if you want to see more about this palette, I would recommend the video. I will leave a link to it down below. There is a new collab between Sigma and Diana Saldana. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce her last name. I think she is a YouTuber, but I think she's doing more lifestyle now, but she did used to do a lot of makeup, and I think she's doing more of a mix right now, because I did check in on her YouTube, and it seems like she's doing a lot of shorts and more like fashion and stuff like that. But they're doing a neutral palette together, and this is launching on the 6th, which is today as I'm filming this, so this should be available. I do have a code with Sigma Beauty, but I'm not 100% sure if it's applicable on collab items, but my code is Angelica, which usually is on most places where I do have a code. I personally, this is not a palette that really intrigues me because this is a quintessential neutral palette. According to me, when I look at this, there are no like really twists to this palette. It seems to be one shimmer that's a little bit more blue leaning. But when I look at this as a person who doesn't fully appreciate a neutral palette, I just see a warm neutral palette with a pop of blue. And I realize that if you love neutrals, you're probably seeing other things, but this is not a palette that really grabs onto me, a person that's not really a lover of neutrals. I think this palette is more towards people that are already in love with neutrals. So I think this might be reaching me. Let me know if you would like me to try it out. Maybe I feel totally different about it once I see it. But as just this picture, because this picture is from my friend Heather Austin, she did have a video up, and I know my friend Karen Harris had a video up as well. If you're interested in seeing in action, and I think both of those two girls are also maybe a little bit more into neutrals than I am, so I would recommend checking those two videos out. We'll see how I feel when I see it. If you are interested in seeing like my take on a palette like this, do let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. Let me know in the comments. I have mentioned this a couple of times before, at least one time before, but I thought I'd let you know that the MAC Holiday Collection actually is available now, and I will leave a link to that down below. There is quite a few things in this like collection. There are lip products and eyeshadow palettes, bigger, smaller, highlighters, brush set. Doesn't the brush sets look very suspicious? A little suspicious, right? Between you and me, they're a little suspicious. None of this is really catching my eye as I'm looking at it, but maybe you are a collector of MAC, maybe you love their holiday collections. Just wanted to let you know that it is available now. I will link it down below. Let's talk about some new lip products that are coming. This is from Rare Beauty. This is available now, and they have released a limited edition Lip Souffle matte lip cream in the shade Limitless, which is a universal deep berry rose shade, which is available exclusively on their website. And 100% of the sales are going to the Rare Impact Fund to expand mental health resources to young people. I like this color, and I like what Rare Beauty and Selena Gomez is doing with this fun. I kind of want to get it because I like the color, and I have been more into, I love contrast, and I love something poppy, and I love something colorful. And lately I have been into not only a bright eye and a nude lip, but also a nude eye and a bright lip. And I feel like this could be a nice one. Not only am I supporting a good cause, I'm getting another pretty shade in a formula that I actually really like. So I will leave a link to that down below as well. I am kind of intrigued to be getting this one. This one I'm not going to be getting, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury new shade in the Kissing Lipsticks. The Kissing Lipsticks is her more glowy satin lipstick, which is honestly my favorite formula from Charlotte Tilbury. I think it is a beautiful formula, and it is coming out in Rosy Seduction. And I'm going to be honest with you, it is pretty, but it is a little bit too pinky to really appeal to me. I don't really do pink lips, and if there's something that Charlotte Tilbury loves, it is a good pink. Pink everything. Everything. She's also coming out with an eyeliner, which is surprise, surprise, called Pillow Talk, and it's like a duochrome. Looks pretty, but pink. Everything's pink. And the last lipstick I wanted to talk about, this is from Dose of Colors, and they have released 3 new shades of their Velvet Mousse lipsticks. And there is Out of Office, Twin Flame, and Fired Up. And Fired Up seems to be one of those orangey reds that I really love. Like, I love a light coverage, something on my face, a little highlighter, a little bronzer, some brows, no eye makeup, no mascara, and an orange lippy. And this is exactly the kind of lippy that I would go for. And I haven't tried this formula, and I'm kind of intrigued. I think I might get this one because I know that I would use this one. Have you tried this new formula, this Velvet Mousse? Like, is it good? Is it a good formula? Or is it a bad formula? I really love the color. It is such a stunning orange red. And we all know how I feel about orange. I feel about orange the way that Charlotte Tilbury feels about pink. Oh, I also wanted to let you know about this one. I think it's not happening for a little bit, but I wanted to remind you. I will remind you in the community tab as well, because I know a lot of you really are interested in this. And this is that Cosmic Brushes is restocking the Serenity palette again. This has sold out so many times, and I'm guessing that this is going to be one of the top palettes for a lot of people from this year, because it is a beautiful color story at a wonderful quality at a really nice price. And this is restocking on the 14th of October at 9 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. CST, 12 p.m. EST. I will put the info down below. Cosmic Brushes is a UK-based indie brand, and you can use the code Angelica to get 10% off. And I cannot recommend this palette enough. It is a really good palette, good quality palette, and I've had nothing but fun with it. KVD Beauty has shown their Moongarden Holiday Collection for 2022. I kind of like the packaging of this one, but it is a little bland. It is a little dual tones. I like that there is like a mustard and an olive green matte, or at least it seems to be that. I feel like this is one of those palettes that it could sucker me in if I saw it in real life, but I'm not gonna pick it up because, like I've said before, I'm trying to buy less makeup, and I do like how this looks, but I didn't fall head over heels in love with it, so I'm not gonna try and talk myself into it. I do think it looks pretty though. I have talked about that they're bringing back that black liquid lipstick, and it seems like that whole thing with the dazzle sticks and everything was part of this collection. So this is the Moongarden Holiday Collection, and I think this is coming soon to their website, and I'm guessing it's coming to Sephora and Ulta as well. I will leave a link to where you'll be able to get it down below. I think it looks pretty, but I'm not convinced. Let's get into the weekly ColourPop segment. ColourPop actually sent me a mail yesterday where they were letting me know, I think it's because I have a code with ColourPop. My code is Angelica, and you can get $5 off a $20 or more order. And they sent me a mail telling me about, like, confidential, telling me about all the releases in October, and I gasped. There is a lot of really fun stuff coming, but this is the collaboration between ColourPop and Snitchery, and this collab did release yesterday on Thursday. Well, today as I'm filming this, but this is available now. I think I'm getting this in PR, but I usually do not get the PR before the collections are released. I think it's something to do with the postal service in Texas/Austin. I'm always getting my packages a little bit later. Serves me right for thinking that I'm gonna be moving to the US and get mail quicker, and Texas is like, haha. No, I am very intrigued about a couple of things in this collection, especially there is a orange blush sticks. That looks really pretty, and I'm super intrigued about that. I also really enjoy that her collab is not an eyeshadow palette. That, like, there are other things that can be really fun as a collab. And there are 4 Super Shock shadows, there's a gloss, there are some lip duos, and then there are these light stick and 3 blush sticks. I think these look really pretty. Would I have been buying any of these if I hadn't got it in PR? That orange blush sticks, for sure, because I'm very intrigued, and I have been trying those blush sticks from before, and I wasn't in love, but I also at that point wasn't in love with cream products as a whole, so maybe I would love them more now that I know more about cream products. And also I love an orange, so I will definitely be trying out that one. I don't think I'm gonna do a dedicated video because I'm a little bit swamped right now. If you want to see that, do let me know. Maybe I can make that happen if a lot of you really want to see that. Do sign off in the comments, but I think the packaging and the whole idea of this collab is really fun. I will say I'm not following Snitchery. I think she's mostly an Instagrammer at this point. Can you tell? I'm not 100% following her, but I will say I like the look of this collab. This is an easy pass for me, and this is the new KimChi Chic Beauty. It's called Holy Fairy Tale Palette. I try to be nice in these episodes because I don't want to be mean. I understand that these are things that people have been working really hard on, and they want people to love them. But this is a mess. First of all, this palette there's no depth in this palette, and there are so many shades in this palette that are so similar. And I realized that the reason why they are jumbling them up like this is probably because if they put them next to each other, you would see how similar they are. The yellows are extremely similar. The turquoises are extremely similar. Some of these oranges, so similar. Some of these greens, very similar. It just makes me question the whole need for this to be such a big palette when, and I've said this so many times on my channel, when you have a really big palette, there are two things that you could accidentally run into. Either that the color story ends up being a rainbow palette, whatever you do, because it's just so big, and for you to be able to fill each of those slots with a unique eyeshadow, it just ends up being a rainbow palette, and that makes a lot of these bigger palettes kind of similar. Or you end up in the category that this palette is, where they're trying to do something fairy tale pastel-y, and then when you have this many slots to fill, inevitably some of these shades just end up being a little bit too similar, because there's just so many variations of a color you can do. If you, I just don't feel the need for something like this. I think that this looks, and I'm sure, here's the thing, if I swatch these shades side by side, I'm sure none of these are dupes. But remember, how you swatch a shade and how you use it on your eye with a brush, those are two very different things. And even though you can swatch two shades side by side, when you use them on your eyes, they might look identical. So for me, this palette, I don't see the point. I don't like it. There's also a collab between Wet n Wild and Peanuts, and I think that this is, yeah, this is Wet n Wild and Peanuts Merry Christmas Charlie Brown. I have no thoughts, connections, or like anything regarding Peanuts. It's like, it is. I don't hate it, I don't love it, there's no nostalgia for me regarding like this whole cartoon. So for me, this is a meh. I will say I hate the packaging of Wet n Wild's eyeshadow palettes and cheek palettes that I have been doing. That hard plastic with the hard plastic cover. Like, I understand that it's made for the drugstore so that you can put it out on display because there are no testers in drugstores in the US. I get it, I understand, but still, that is the function. But if you take that away, I still think it looks ugly. I still hate the packaging of palettes from Wet n Wild for that reason, because I would never buy that, because I know, and this is me and my collection, I have a big collection, I would never reach for a palette that looks like this over any of the other palettes that I have, just because I think, and I've touched them, they feel cheapy, and I just don't love that. I think the brush set is really cute. Like, if I really loved Peanuts, I'd probably get the brush set, because the brush set is really, really cute. I like that. Oh, and the yellow nail polish. I could be about that. I got a lot of tags in this one, and this is a new collection from Dior Backstage. And this is the Backstage eyeshadow palettes. These are $49 each in burgundy and khaki neutrals. And then there are new lip glows and their new lip maximizer plumping glosses. I think that these look really cute. I mean, you know this, I probably would have made a better career for myself on YouTube had I been into luxury makeup instead of indie makeup. I might have been myself in a different tax bracket, but I will say luxury makeup just doesn't really interest me. But with that being said, I do think that this is probably one of the most interesting things that I have seen from Dior. That green palette does look really cute, but again, I don't need those three beiges at the top, even though I think one of them is an eye primer. I'm not intrigued. It's not intriguing enough for me. I think that these palettes are made for people that love luxury makeup, and even them are thinking, I just want something new. And then this is new enough for them. They're never gonna go to any indie brands or anything like that and buy makeup, so this is probably exciting enough for them. And I don't blame them at all. It's just not intriguing enough for me, and the main reason is that I'm just not that interested in luxury makeup. It's just a meh thing for me. It looks fine, I don't hate it, but I don't want it. I feel like those are two different things. There's also a new collaboration between Bella Beauté Bar and Brittany Huffman. I'm actually not familiar with Brittany Huffman, but she has a really, really poppin' Instagram with a lot of really cool looks. like her looks are really, really, really cool. So I will put her name down below so that you can check out her Instagram. This is dropping on the 18th of October. This is $59 and there are new Luxe Matte Formula. This is the formula in the last palettes released. Yeah, Bella Beauty Bar did change their matte formula in the latest releases, and there are 2 duochromes and 3 multichromes. I'm always super excited to see new people get collabs. It's always really fun to see what they do. This seems to be of a almost like a mix between brights, almost like neon-y brights, and some more like muted grungy colors, and it's in a little bit of a rainbow format. There is a yellow and orange, a red, a pink, a purple, a green, a blue, and some of these of course have doubles. So it is like an interesting take on a rainbow palette. I do get PR from Bella Beauty Bar and they did give me a code. The code is Angelica. I don't know if I'm getting this palette or not. If I'm getting it, I will be trying it out. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna skip for the main reason that I'm trying to buy less makeup. Again, I'm trying to go into a bit of a low buy, and like I said, I will have a video about that coming next week because I've already filmed the video where I'm talking about my upcoming low buy, what I want to do, what kind of rules I want to have, and one of them is that I want to spend less money. But I do think it's a pretty palette, and big congratulations to Brittany Huffman for releasing this beautiful rainbow palette together with Bella Beauty Bar. Let's end with the She Glam Corpse Bride collection. This is a very, very affordable collection. Again, with She Glam is the makeup brand that is in like cooperation or like owned by Shein. I don't know exactly how they're connected, but there might be 2 different brands, but like they're owned by the same umbrella company. That could be the case. But this is a collaboration with the Corpse Bride. This is a very affordable collection, and if you love Corpse Bride, maybe this could be for you. I feel exactly the same way about this as I felt about the Vieve Ninetease palette. This is just a very gray palette, and that is not for me. I also have never tried Shein, and I don't foresee myself trying them right now. I'm not fully against trying another affordable brand, and I understand when it comes to like affordable clothing that they are filling a gap in the market for really accessible, affordable clothing, and especially in wider size ranges. But when it comes to affordable makeup, they're really not filling the same gap. There is a lot of affordable makeup options that you could be buying from that isn't She Glam, and there's just something about this. I don't know why. I can't just put my finger on it. I'm just not very excited at all. But maybe you're interested in the Corpse Bride. Oh, the swatches, look. Those swatches are not it. I'm not interested. I'm not going to purchase that. But do let me know if you are a absolute diehard fan of the Corpse Bride and if you would like to buy that collection. I will leave a link to it down below in case you're interested. I'd probably be singing a whole different tune if this was a collection or like a franchise that I'm super interested in. Let me double check so that I'm not missing something super exciting. Nothing here, nothing there. I think we're done. Okay, let me scooch back to the middle. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I would love to hear your thoughts about the things that are being released. What are you not interested in? What are you interested in? What would you like to see on my channel? I am gonna go off and have a really lovely day. I hope you're doing the same, and I will see you again on Monday for a new video. Bye!